If you're new, press the bell icon to get the latest notifications.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to JASMY video update today. So it seems like there's one more, I think, level that is important to talk about, and I'm going to actually bring in this little bit of a level here that I didn't talk about previously, and it looks something like that. Okay, now before we move to the downside, this is something I noticed that is a very valid trend line, because I think it's important to talk about key points. I'm just figuring out as I go. So I'm having this idea that, we're having some key points right over here, and I'm going to tell you what that key point really indicates. So number one is a key point that was at this place right over here. If you look at that zone right there, you had your first key point right over there, where you actually had this resistance there, and you pop out of that resistance, back tested, and then you went to that particular technical target. Now when you broke out of this key resistance, this key point right here, this is one key point, you actually went up for the second key point, and I'm going to show you where that second key point really lies. So I'm just going to remove that trend line, and the second key point was actually somewhere here. Okay, so the first one was this first key point, and you broke out of that key point. The second key point was somewhere here, and then this third key point is actually here, and this makes it a valid key point. Why? According to the definition of trend line, you need 3 touches for confirming a trend line. So basically, this trend line has 1 touch, you have this wick as your second touch, and then you have this one as your third touch, and then you have this one as your fourth touch. So you can see that resistance was happening here, resistance was there, the third one here. Then you had this one big huge bullish breakout, and it seems like you came down for the retest, and we potentially could be expecting this to be nothing more than a move of breakout and a retest, and then basically you can still continue to the upside. And if things go as expected, one thing I'm going to tell you clearly is that you don't want to come down to 5373. Okay, this is, forget the other old updates, because this new one is, me figuring out what's going on. Number one, you don't want to come down to 5373, otherwise you're going to lose that retest of that key point right here. This key area is what I'm talking about. So that retest is going to be a failure, and then coming down here is going to be a big problem. Then we could potentially be pushing down even more. I'm just going to remove the log scale, and let's talk about, if this is your key resistance or key support that you're making off, then it makes sense to make a technical target from there to there, and you're actually looking for this technical target, which is 9162. So that's going to be a price push up of nearly 40% to the upside. So let's see what happens. That's pretty much it for this update on JASMY. I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.